All right, guys, I'm doing a quick town hall recap because really, when Baby Omega and I tried to go over it, it was a 2.5 hour video. We had some very good debates, but it was a little bit too long. So we just really want to give you guys a chance to get, or I, to get a faster kind of town hall recap of what you missed if you didn't happen to tune in. Now, this on a week off a week kind of town hall thing is leading us to have bigger expectations, and this definitely missed in my opinion. We were hoping to hear a lot more exciting things come out. We were hoping for June. It was talked up for months and months and months that June was when stuff's going to happen. Well, now it turns out it's July and August, and we really like this, but it's going to be very interesting. Now I'm doing this one live on my Splinterlands TV, so if I seem a little distracted at all, it's because they're pretty funny over there in the chat for me sometimes. So we did have some interesting things going on. Most of this stuff though with Investigator about what was released this last Tuesday was just them cleaning up some things. There was some season reward chest types that should no longer reset to bronze if you skip playing an entire season. So they are going to let us take longer breaks without letting us get pushed back down. That's pretty good for people that want to maybe take a break from the game, maybe don't really want to play, or just like go on a trip. It would always suck to get pushed extra far down and have to fight your way back up. There was a debuff that, I think I saw but never realized, where you could have +2 speed and it would be remove both your +2 by a -1, and so they fixed that, which is really cool because there were certain times where I would use Kitty and I would think, I feel like my team should be faster than they are, but I wasn't really paying attention to the math, and obviously I'm glad somebody caught this and got them to fix it. And a big shout out to Daru, who just said hello. And we also got Jerry, Jewel, King Artemis, and all these people who are live with me on Splinterlands TV. For those of you who are watching this later on YouTube, you should be in this crowd too, because you can win some cards. When this is over, they're going to win some cards. So they also fixed an issue that had improper collection powers. I've never paid much attention to collection power. Yes, I whale out like that. Didn't need to worry about that. There is more and more stuff that they're doing to the card market to make it work better and use less resources on their side. This is all code that's just generalizing them, making sure that things run more efficiently. It's fixing some of the stuff that they did in the past just to make things run and now make them run efficiently, saving the company some money. So this is a good thing to see, as we'll get into later on, something that was kind of brought up. Maybe we'd want one more team member on the team, it seems. Now, there were some other hot fixes and things like that. Now, Cryptomancer came out. His main things he talked about were guild power and what's going to happen when the 5-year anniversary event ends. Now, I think I missed this in the town hall on my first watch, but I was told that there probably will be some kind of live stream or some kind of event where they announce the winners, but you won't just get your items airdropped to you. You'll have to go and press a claim button on that page so that you can claim your prize. So that's kind of cool. That means if you can't maybe attend the live event, you'll be able to do it. Now, I have 102 tickets. We'll see if 102 tickets wins me anything, but this event of burning was very successful, so I'm not positive that we're going to get them that I'm going to get anything from burning that DEC, but I got a lot of guild power. Guild power is now within the game. It's allowing a lot of people to be able to spend more money on their guilds a lot easier. Hey, you new players, you get all the cookies. Us old players that have put hundreds of thousands to millions of DEC into buildings, well, it's stuck there. But now if you want to put that much into a new guild building, you're going to put in guild power. You're going to be able to take 90% of that out when you leave. This is something that's very interesting. The best take on this I heard was by Aftersound. Guild power lets you go ahead and put value into your account. What do you mean like that? Well, if I want to leave this game, say in 2-3 years, because at the 10-year mark, I'm like, okay, I love the game, but it's time to move on. If I have put millions of DEC into my guild, I would have an account with, millions of guild power, and I could maybe sell that to somebody who wanted to buy my account just because it has millions of guild power on it. I mean, that would be millions of guild power they could put into their guild. Even if I sold all my cards and all my other assets, I'd still have a big old stack of guild power on my account. So it does kind of raise the value of your account in an interesting area of Web3. So that's actually something kind of fun. When I threw DEC into my guild in the past, it did not really, unless you were keeping your spot in the guild and you could sell it later on, it wasn't the same thing as having this power in your thing. And yes, Techie, I do have nightmare packs, but not that many. I did not go ham on them. That's just a quick one. We got a new updated roadmap from Weirdbeard. Nothing special in here when he was going over what's this coming out. But the main thing to see here is I like how this is now May to August 1st. So this is giving them basically all of July to get these things out, and we didn't have anything really planned to come out this month in June. We're not going to see the team again this month, so don't expect anything to be coming out this month. Now, next month, though, the main things that we might be getting coming soon in July seem to be Soul Keep and Ranked Battle rewards, changing out the CP requirements for staking of SPS. This, from what I understand from Weirdbeard, he also joined a Twitter Spaces I was in, and so I got some kind of behind-the-curtain Weirdbeard action, is that, I mean info, not action, that the Ranked Battle reward stuff was pretty much ready to come out, but they decided to make sure that they had a way for you to rent staked SPS before they put it in place. So instead of relying on the third-party markets to get that working quickly, which I imagine some of the third-party sites would have tried to do once SPS staking was out and requirement to let you rent it, they wanted to make sure that this was in the game so that those people who have quite a lot of SPS can rent it to the people that don't have enough, so that you can continue to play the game and hopefully make a good amount of rewards. I know this is kind of controversial. It shouldn't be so controversial because the white paper that came out like a year ago, said that they would be replacing CP with SPS staking, and that you would have to have staked SPS to continue to earn rewards in the game. But still, not everyone decided to just stake all their SPS and watch it drop down to 1 cent. They sold it. Wait, maybe that was smart. I don't know. But a lot of people don't have enough. So we'll see what happens with SPS as this requirement comes out. Maybe we'll get a pump. Land. We found out that the main thing holding up land at this point from coming out a little bit late and possibly might push it back into August instead of coming out in July, is that the UX team and UI team is behind. Basically, they said that on the back end in the coding, they've already coded out the ability for you to stake a card to a land and for it to start to earn. That most of the coding is actually done and finished. The only reason it's not 100% finished is they're waiting for the UI team to make sure, and the creative team to design all the screens, show them to the coders so that they can make sure that the code function matches the interfaces that we're going to have within the land game. And this is where Weirdbeard said, and this is some inside baseball on the stream when he was being a little more candid, that the team only has really one guy who can work on the UX UI designs. And even though he is very good, and Nate sang his praises during his part of the town hall, having only one person there means that he can become a bottleneck for the team. Weirdbeard even mentioned possibly asking if maybe he could use some of those funds in the DAO, if somebody would do a proposal, to hire a temp UI UX designer maybe for 6 months just to help them get through land coming out and some of the other things that they have on their docket, including land phase 2. So that was something that was kind of interesting. We also have the fact that Weirdbeard did talk a little bit about the blocking bots from Modern. Now, I'm not going to get into this too much because I talked about it way too much last time, but you should let it known, and people can flame on me for this if they want. But once this is in place, and it does say blocking bots from Modern, some people had said that they just want anti-bot measures, but it does say they're trying to block bots from Modern here, so I'm going to go with they are trying to say no bots in Modern. That anybody caught purposely running a bot should probably have some kind of punishment, and it shouldn't be super mild, because if they update their T's and C's to say you can't use a bot in Modern, and all of us are playing for real, and you decide to bot and they catch you and can prove it, one way, we're going to have to maybe it'll say in there how they have to prove it, or they'll tell us. I'd be okay with you being banned from Modern. I would not be okay with you losing any assets. I would not be okay with you being banned from the game, because you could go play wild with your assets. I feel like this is decentralized enough where we would just say, well, you decided to try to cheat in the area where we said you're not allowed to cheat. So at least for the time being, while we try this no bot experiment, you can't be here. And to me, that would be okay. Some people might think that is too harsh, but we want to try a league with no bots to see if there are enough real players here who want to do it, to see if it increases rewards and see if it increases competition, sees if it lets me pitch this to more players out there that, hey, there's a modern cards are super cheap. There's no bots. The SPS rewards are bigger. Yeah, I know SPS isn't worth much, but it could be worth more in the future. Come check this game out. You don't have to fight against bots. Well, if they don't give us a couple months to at least try this with real enforcement in place, I'm going to be pretty disappointed. And I do think that a severe punishment will stop people from doing it, because the way I look at it in my mind, if there's a pretty severe punishment for botting in Modern, then why wouldn't you just go bot in Wild, where you'll still be able to earn rewards, you'll still be able to make some kind of returns, and while your account might not be as good over there as it is in Modern, to me, doing it that is such an easier change than I'm going to break all the rules. I'm going to reprogram my bot to get around whatever bot measures that they have in place to stop them. And I'm going to not publicize that or sell it to very many people unless I truly trust them to not out me for doing it. To me, it just seems like that's not going to happen. Baby Omega makes the argument that, if there's money to be made, somebody will do it. I'm not positive, but we'll see what happens in the future. That goes over everything that was in here that we really know about. Yes, there's another quarterly promo card and there's a mini set, but we know very little about those. And then we do know about the future. SPS validators are still coming. Rebellion is still just to be determined. Land Phase 2, we have no idea. Don't even worry about that till Land 1.5 is out and working. Cryptomancer did say that when his next big project is probably going to be the new guild buildings and all the guild updates, but he also said that he's going to be traveling for around 2 months starting at the end of July. So I don't know if this would be, I don't know where this is going to be, but it's not really, it's Q4 to Q1 of next year. The new player experience is actually pushed out pretty far. That's a little bit disappointing. So is new game modes like arena and draft mode. So, kind of the bummer here is basically all this fun stuff that some of us wanted. They said wait until Land is out 1.5 and then maybe we can work on this fun stuff. And it looks like Land is getting delayed probably until very late July, if not middle or late August, which is why all of this stuff is getting pushed out into next year. And, delays I think are something we're all getting used to, but at the same time, a little bit tired of. That really covers everything Weirdbeard talked about. He did talk about a lot of those things. The one cookie he talked about that I didn't really talk on that much is Soulkeep might actually come out next month. It's possible. I don't know that it will, but it's possible that it might. Because he did say that they were actually pretty close to being done. They were entering final QA testing. The one bugaboo there is if they find a big bug. But if they don't find any big bugs in their final QA testing, then in theory, the game is ready to go live. So maybe July we at least get Soulkeep. That could be pretty cool. I do have a stack of Soulkeep cards, as I said to the chat packs, but I don't have a ton. So, we'll go there. Nate in his Candy did show that while maybe not all the screens for Land 1.5 are ready, he showed us one that is ready in theory. So that was kind of cool. Oh, no, wait. No, he didn't. I'm sorry. He did, but he made it seem like they were closer to having those done than Weirdbeard did. But, Creative is probably going to defend Creative. This is a split amount with multiple bids. This is your ability to, this is the rental market for SPS that they're working on, trying to get this done first. So the nice thing about this that's kind of interesting is that, like, if you need to rent 50,000 SPS, they're going to let you be able to rent it from, 5 different people and in 5 different bids instead of having to maybe it seems like this system is actually going to be pretty cool. We got to see some new images. We got some cool new backgrounds of the inside of some certain areas. This artwork is absolutely amazing. I'm really impressed with it. But other than that, the town hall didn't have anything big for us other than just letting us know that they're behind on pretty much everything that they were supposed to have out by now isn't out. And that's a little bit disappointing. We're going to end the video there. I'm going to go back to talking with the live chat, and they'll see if they have the same feelings I had.